So we're just basically trying to find a spot for meditation around the house. And what I was saying, I think last week when we did the first session, was that it has to be peaceful. So if you've got people transiting around, moving around, it's going to be very, very hard for you, especially at the beginning when you're getting into meditation, because later on you'll find that once you have a regular meditation practice, I meditate in the London Underground all the time. I was going to work, coming back, and I was kind of inside myself and nothing was happening. But before you get to that state that you can concentrate so much, you might need to find a quiet and peaceful space, and give that to yourself as a gift as well. It's really nice. So find a peaceful space. I would say neat and clean and clear of stuff. Now, again, not everybody has the lack of having a space, like clean space, empty space, whatever. You can probably see in my mirror that I've got loads of clothes hanging from somewhere there. There you go. I've just got Lynn in there. Hello. So unfortunately, I don't have a wardrobe, so I have to have all of that stuff like that for now. But basically, your space should be clean, tidy in a sort of way, okay? And then is setting the mood for your sacred space. Okay, so what do I mean by that? So your sacred space might have, maybe it's in a little corner of the room, and you want to bring something that sets you into that mood of meditation. So you can create an altar. By an altar, I don't mean an altar to a divinity, or although you can also do that, but something that reminds you of beauty. So you can have some flowers, fresh flowers. You can have your crystals, if you're into crystals. You can have some aromatherapy, or maybe a burner that you can do, burning some essences or whatever. I'm just looking at my altar down there. Anything that brings you into the mood of meditation. And every time you go past that spot in your house, you're like, maybe I should just give myself some time to just simply go into meditation. What else can I say about oh yes, so I normally, if I go into meditation, I light a candle. That's just like almost to remind me that there's that consciousness. I've got a candle here. I don't know if you can see it, maybe not, because the candle is burning there. So maybe a candle, some flowers, and then I can show you my altar if you want, and if you're interested. I don't know. In my case, the only place that I can get into my house looks like that. Okay, so I've got a statue of, it's a Hindu deity, but I'm not Hindu or anything like that, but it just symbolizes the creation, and so the beginning and the end of things, and how everything in life is just ephemeral and like it doesn't last, and how you should just enjoy the most of every single moment that you have, and you can enjoy and grasp with your fingers, almost like, right? So this very moment will not come back, so enjoy the most of it. So that's what reminds me of, and obviously I bought that in India, and it's very dear to me. Got some crystals there, I don't know if you can see as well, and everything that is here more or less was a present to me. So all my crystals were a present. This Murano glass was a present as well. I've got a little plant there, and I don't know, it's just basically a little altar thing that basically every time I go past it, it's kind of like, okay, I know that it's there. I know that I should go into my meditation. Then the next thing is for meditation. You found your place. You want to set up a goal. What does that mean? So even if you just sit down and you say, okay, I'm going to sit down here for 5 minutes and I just want to be peaceful. And you close your eyes and you breathe. And that's your goal. Or I want to sit down here and I just want to offer this time to myself and be mindful, or whatever it is. But it's important that you set up a goal or an intention. In Sanskrit or in yoga, that's called a sankalpa. And you'll probably have heard that in many yoga classes. Set up your intention or your sankalpa for the class. So it's the same with meditation. It's very important to have an intention. And if you're into journaling, I would say what is really important as well is that you set up your intention and you write it on a piece of paper. And then when you come out of meditation, even if it's 5 minutes later, 20 minutes later, maybe journal about whether you have fulfilled that intention, or whether your mind has wandered, or whether something else totally different has happened, because we're all different and every day it's a different story. So journaling and having a meditation journal is really, really important, because when you go back in, if you keep your meditation practice, even if it's up and down, you go back to your journal and you, in 3 years time, and you're like, wow, this is when I started. And I do have a journal and I'm like, at the beginning it was so hard. It really was. But then you, in meditation, once you've got established practice, you go up and down, and sometimes you meditate all the time and sometimes you don't meditate. It's just different times in life are completely different. So and of course you might have commitments and different things going on, but the time that you spend doing meditation, as I said, is a gift that you give to yourself and to others. Because if you keep a calm state of mind, I think I said this last week, you're going to be less reactive and more conscious active. So I don't know, your husband, your partner, your kid, your whatever says something that really annoys you, and instead of like barking back at them, you're like, take a deep breath. Okay, how can I act consciously to that? So that's very important. So that's like, you know, it's a present to yourself, but it's also a present to others, because you're gonna be much more peaceful. And right, so that gets me into posture. So posture. Right, so if sitting cross-legged on the floor is not your thing, fine. As long as you're sitting on a chair, do not lean back like a slouching like this, okay? So kind of like try to keep your back straight. You need to get your body into relaxation, but you also need to be alert. If you're lying down in meditation, there's some meditations that you do lying down, the risk is that you're going to fall asleep. So you need to be relaxed, but not so relaxed that you completely lose it and then that's it. You can also meditate standing up. It can be done. I've been on the London Underground hanging from a thing, kind of trying to close my eyes or soft gaze and trying to meditate. That's absolutely perfectly possible. So posture is very important. If you have decided that you want to meditate on the floor, remember a cushion underneath your hips is very important, that your hips are elevated over your knees, and in your spine you have 3 curves, 2 lordotic, like the one at the top and the one at the back. They need to be natural curves. So if you're slouching or you are kind of like overextending, it's going to be uncomfortable and your body is going to be sending you little cues. I'm not comfortable. I can't be in meditation. Please pay me attention. I'm so uncomfortable. And the other thing is, while we go in meditation, we tend to lose a lot of heat. So always have a shawl, even if it's really warm, around so that you can put it around. And then the next thing is, so that you can go into meditation, do a little bit of like seated cat-cow. So if you do yoga, you know what cat-cow is, right? So you extend and you flex, you extend your back and you flex. And that really helps you loosen it up, a little bit of tension between your vertebrae. That's really good. Even if you want to do a little bit of twisting, mindful twisting, and also, as we were doing the other day, Sufi Grind is really good. So Sufi Grind is this. I call it Sufi Grind. I don't know if someone else calls it something else. And you move the other direction. That's really good. And if you want to be cross-legged, unless you're a professional yogi from the Himalayas and you spend all your life, I wouldn't even try to do half Padmasana, because the chances are that half lotus pose, because the chances are that you're going to lose your blood in that leg and it's gonna go to sleep and you're gonna be super uncomfortable. So if you want, you can just cross. I'm sorry about my sort of lack of, so like this. I've just been for a wild swim with a friend. You probably all know her. It's Alice. She also teaches in Yoga Reading. And I went into the River Thames and I came back kind of in a rush to get here. And sort of like, I should have dressed more properly and stuff. But here I am. Anyway, so that's like your legs, kind of like that. And then your arms, as we were saying the other day, your arms needs to be at rest as well. So you either leave them on the lap, or maybe just place the hands on your knees. It doesn't really matter. It's up to you. Or you might want to just change your arms because your arms are not comfortable during meditation. There is one thing that is very important, and is that if in meditation you're not feeling comfortable, move. It's not a boot camp. You're doing it for yourself. You should be enjoying it. So move, change position, do whatever it is that you need to do, and then take it from there, because you need to be totally comfortable. So that's really, really important. Okay, so last thing we're going to do, and then we're going to go into 20 minutes of meditation. We're going to do two things. So the first thing is different types of meditation. Now, some of you have been coming to some of my meditation sessions and whatever, and so we've done quite a few of them. I'm going to go through, so there's mainly 5 types of meditation. If you type in Google different types of meditations, you might get 27 types of meditations. Well, okay. But they're all basically the same, like variations of the 5 main ones. So I'm going to go through them. And basically I'm going through them so that you can identify the one that you probably relate to the most. Because what might work for me might not work for you. Okay, so the type of meditation that I studied is called Vedic Meditation, and it's a, let me say this right without offending anyone. So Transcendental Meditation, TM, was brought to the West by the Maharishi, which was this wise Indian person, with the Beatles. So they were really into TM. But this guy obviously did not invent Transcendental Meditation. He obviously brought it from India. In India, that type of meditation that he trademarked was called Vedic Meditation, and that's the sort of meditation that I studied. But it is mantra meditation. So why did I study mantra meditation and not any other meditation, which I'm going to go through them? It's because I myself find quite easy to get into the meditation mood if I repeat something, sound, which obviously I don't say, it's inside my head, but that sound and that repetition works for me, and it makes me go into the meditative state. That might not work for you. So here are the other types of meditation, okay? So the first one is called mindfulness, and I'm sure you've heard of this because you've been doing mindful walks, right? Mindfulness. Okay, so mindfulness is paying attention to your thoughts. So this comes from Buddhism as well, but forget about whether it comes from Buddhism or the Indian or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's just something that has been tried and tested for many, many, many years. In Buddhism, the two wings of meditation, so imagine two wings, right? So they're opposite, but they're complementary, are called awareness and concentration, or mindfulness and concentration. So concentration is a narrow thing, right? You concentrate in an object. Like what we were doing, imagine you have a crystal, you concentrate in it, but you are also aware of your thoughts and you're also aware of sensations. So in mindfulness, although you're concentrating on something, whether it's the breath, like we were doing the other day, or whether it's an object, you have those two wings. You have the awareness of what's happening within you, and also the concentration into that just one object. And also, so it can be, as I said, like you are being aware of your body sensations, you're being aware of your thoughts, but you're just looking at them passing on, like you were looking at some, maybe you were to look at some clouds passing in the sky, but you're aware of what's happening. So it's everything at the same time, not mindfulness, everything, the mindful. Okay, so the second type of meditation is called spiritual meditation. Okay, so if you are quite of a religious person, or you like the divine things, and I'm talking about any religion, anything that you want to connect with, okay, you might find that spiritual meditation, meditating on maybe God or the universe or whatever it is, makes you feel happy and connected with everything. So that might be something that you want to do, and you've probably seen people in India in the temples, prostrating and doing all these things to Lord Shiva or Ganesha, or even Buddha. You go to Hong Kong or you go to China and you see all these people doing all this, like kind of spiritually meditating on Buddha, which Buddha is not, or Buddhism is not a religion, it's a philosophy. But still, they've got that devotion, and that's okay. So for that meditation, you can go into a temple and meditate, or you can have a super sacred space at home where you've got all your deities and you connect with them. And if that's your thing to do, might really work for you. The third type of meditation is called focused meditation. In this focused meditation, that's where we really just focus on concentration on something. So any of the five senses. So for example, this might include eating meditation. So I don't know if you ever try them. We might be able to do it in one of our next sessions, but just get a piece of fruit, and just simply taste it. And I can assure you that you will find so many things about that piece of fruit, how it tastes, because you are actually concentrating on your taste, on the sense of taste. It's amazing. It's a completely different experience. It's beautiful. Can also include things like Gong meditation. So I do sound baths. So I do a lot of sound meditation where you concentrate your hearing sense into these instruments, and you basically, your brain goes into these waves where you just directly sent into meditation. It's almost like cheating. But if you're really actively listening, by listening I mean one thing is hearing and another thing is listening. So hearing, you don't need to do anything, you can passively hear, but listening is active. You actually need to put your senses into it. So what else can it be? Focus meditation. So another thing is counting malas. Surely you have seen this sort of thing, even if it's just like yoga teachers or whatever kind of there, right? This has 108 little beads, and you, I don't know, pick up a mantra or pick up anything and you go through them like you would do in many religions and whatever. So that is focus meditation. You can also stare at a candle. We've done that. We've done trataka, I think it's called, which just like focusing on a candle, and that's really powerful as well. Okay, last two, movement meditation, right? Yoga is the most famous movement meditation, but also Tai Chi, also dancing, if you do it mindfully. You know, it's good for people who like action instead of just being sitting down and you're like, I can't do this. You might be able to do running meditation and get into that spot as well. The next one is, and the last one is mantra meditation. This is what we were talking at the beginning. In mantra meditation, you're focusing on a word or two words, or more than two words. So you can be saying to yourself, I inhale, I exhale, I inhale, I exhale, or just breathe as you're breathing in and out, or any particular mantra that you choose. It doesn't have to be in Sanskrit, it can be in English. We did another mantra meditation recently with a mantra that says Aham Prema. Aham Prema means I am divine love. So I am divine love means basically everything that I do is divine because I am divine love, which is really nice because it's a compassion and self-awareness meditation. And we're gonna get into compassion and self-awareness meditation because otherwise we're gonna run out of time. So we are going to do today a very one of them. So last week we did universal meditation. This week we're gonna do meta meditation. This is also extracted from Buddhism. Okay, it doesn't matter where it is extracted from. Meta means it doesn't have a translation in English, but it's Pali, and it means loving kindness. So we're gonna do 2 loving kindness meditations today. So please get into the posture. Please sit very straight, but your shoulders are relaxed. So make sure that you get into the pose. If you need to move before, because you are that kind of moving person and you need to stretch, please move, you know, kind of moving your back. And when you think, okay, my pelvis in neutral, my back is relaxed, please close your eyes or soft gaze. You don't need to close your eyes if that's not suitable. And just simply start breathing and relaxing into your pose. Remember, relax but alert as well. Relaxed but alert. So you've got your wonderful meditation position where you're relaxed, You bring in your awareness first to your natural breath, in and out through the nose. Natural breath. There is no force in it, it's just simply being aware of your rib cage expanding and contracting. And then bring your awareness to your belly, soft belly. Bringing awareness to how your body is touching whatever surface you're sitting on. And we're going to start this loving kindness meditation with ourselves. This is the Meta Chant, and please simply repeat after me mentally, focusing merely on yourself. May I be peaceful. May I be happy. May I be safe. May I be free from suffering. May I be awakened to my own nature. Now send love to your loved ones. This can be anyone in your inner circle, the ones that you love the most, your partner, your family, the closest people. And repeat mentally after me. May you be peaceful. May you be happy. May you be safe. May you be free from suffering. May you be awakened to your own true nature. Now widen the circle to the ones you don't know so well. So these can be your neighbors, or maybe someone you talk to at the supermarket, or your co-workers you don't really know that well. May you be happy. May you be safe. May you be free from suffering. May you be awakened to your own true nature. Now we're going to move to include the ones who have offended us or hurt us. Those ones that we might not like so much, whoever they are, wherever they are. May you be happy. May you be safe. May you be free from suffering. May you be awakened to your own true nature, whatever that might be. Now extend this offering or blessing to include all beings, humanity, plants, animals, cosmos. May all of you be happy. May all of you be safe. May all of you be free from suffering. May all of you be awakened to your own true nature. Imagine 7 million people, 7 billion people being blessed with peace, safety, and freedom. People living happily together in harmony, respecting Mother Earth, and not just in this earth, but everything else in the cosmos, whatever exists, whatever it doesn't, extending these blessings to all that has ever existed and has ever will or will ever be. Just rest here for 1 minute, simply acknowledging any emotions or any thoughts that you may have encountered. And taking a deep inhale through the nose, start maybe moving fingers or even moving your tongue inside your mouth, moving your nose, wriggling the nose, moving the eyes inside your eye sockets. Bring the hands to the heart center and start rubbing your hands against each other, creating some heat. We're gonna place the hands on our eye sockets or on top of our eyes. And then whenever you're ready, release the hands down. And now it's time for you to write whatever it is that aroused from you from this meditation. And we're gonna do a 3 minutes meditation after this, which is gonna be really short because it's very intense. So I wanted to start with this loving kindness meditation because we're going to be meditating on our face. Wow. Okay. So a couple of more seconds to just simply write or reflect. You don't have to write. If you're not a writer, just simply reflect on how you're feeling after this meditation. And then pick up your mirror. And this is focused meditation. So you're going to concentrate on an object or an item, but that's going to be your face. So there is one thing that I would like you to practice, and is non-judgment. So pick up your mirror and have it at in some place that you can see yourself, but that your arm is not going to drop. So kind of like relaxed, or maybe you can put it somewhere that kind of holds itself upright, or even maybe use your leg or something like that to support it. It's gonna be 3 minutes, so it's not gonna be very long because it's quite intense meditation. And please get into a comfortable posture because it's very important. And close your eyes for a minute. Start tuning into your breath again. Your posture is relaxed, your facial muscles are relaxed, your belly is soft. Take a deep inhale through the nose. And whenever you're ready, open your eyes and look at your own reflection in the mirror. Try to gaze inside your eyes. Try not to look at anything else, neither myself or anything else around the room. Just simply looking at yourself. Learn how to see yourself in your own reflection. Sometimes we can be too judgmental, but if we practice this regularly with mindfulness, we can increase self-compassion and learn about ourselves a bit more. Do not try to associate this with narcissism. Just simply you're doing a meditation by just looking at yourself. Be present with yourself and try to manage the intensity of your emotions, tapping into your inner strength. So I'm going to be quiet for a couple of minutes and you simply notice what you see. Try to relax your face as well. Now take a deep inhale and close your eyes. Release the mirror. With your eyes still closed, reflect on any emotions arising, any feelings. Try not to judge, cultivating compassion towards yourself, loving kindness. Observe your inner critic as well. Notice any feelings, any sensations, any emotions. Take another deep inhale and come back to the present moment, to the room where you're in, and start bringing some gentle movement back so that you can come out of meditation being relaxed. And please do journal about that as well. If you feel like journaling, because it might be something that you might need to digest. The first time I did this meditation, I actually did it, it was a bit different. I did it looking into someone's eyes, and it was a completely stranger. So that's really tough because I couldn't relax. And you might have found that you could not relax either, that you were judging yourself, that you were seeing some new wrinkles, I don't know, whatever it is that you were noticing there. But it's an exercise for you to spot your inner critic first and then but is that right? And just being too harsh on myself instead of being compassionate and loving. And with meditation is exactly the same thing. So I wanted to do this exercise because it's quite important. Sometimes you're gonna sit in meditation and you're not gonna be able to concentrate. You're gonna be thinking about, I don't know, the shopping list or what it is that you need to do next or whatever. And you're gonna come out of meditation and you're gonna be feeling very frustrating. You need to look at yourself with compassion and observe those feelings, just like you've been observing your face and in that mirror. And maybe you were able to step outside and maybe see that person or that face for the very first time and say, wow, that's who I am, and it's okay. So I hope you enjoyed that. We've overrun a little bit because we started a bit late, but I wanted to give you a little bit of a assignment or homework for next session. So I want you to draw something. Right. The way we're gonna draw this something is we're gonna do two exercises, okay? The first exercise is gonna be, you pick up your pen, which I don't know where my pen is, but in my mirror was a pen. And you're gonna look at your, whatever it is, in my case, a crystal. And without taking your eyes off the thing, you're gonna start drawing. Please do not look at your paper. You're looking at the thing, and that's the only thing that matters. You're looking at the thing and you're drawing the thing, okay? And that's it. And whatever outcome comes out of your drawing, it doesn't matter, because all you have been doing is exercising your concentration. So it might be really hard because, you know, you just kind of like, I don't know where my arm is going or whatever. But try to do it at first, try to do it like that and see what it comes out and just be okay with it, okay? And then do it again in another piece of paper. But looking at the thing and then looking at the paper. Okay, so the first exercise is do not look at the paper, just kind of draw the thing without looking at the paper or seeing what you're doing. And the second thing is just simply draw like you would draw normally and compare and see how those two things make you feel and where your attention went, where your awareness went. And you can do this exercise as many times as you like. You actually might be able to perfection that, you know, drawing that you did in the first instance by just looking at the thing. So this is just to basically make you aware of what it is in front of you and just draw it. So anyway, I'm going to unmute you all, and if you want to say something, please do say something. If you want to share something, you can always either share it here now, or you can send me emails like you have been sending me. This is really nice. It's lovely to hear from you via email as well. So either say something now, or you can email me.
I think
Thank you, Lorena.
Quite emotional, really, staring at yourself in a mirror. Because normally when you look at yourself in the mirror, it's like when you're brushing your teeth, doing your makeup, but looking at yourself for just the purpose of focusing on yourself is very odd.
Strange, right? And it's ourselves. So, you know, it shouldn't be scary or weird or anything like that. I'm sure you've seen yourself many, many times before. But it's looking at yourself for the maybe very first time, or if you've done this meditation before, I don't know. But for the very first time, being mindful of what you see, being aware of what you see. It's a different experience, right?
Yeah, it was good. Thank you.
Lorena, can I just say that I found the first meditation where you were talking about giving love and hoping everything's happy and to animals and plants, and I find that perfectly fine for me as a vegan. I just find it difficult for thinking that people who want to pass that compassion and love on, but still still get involved in actually the killing of animals, and I find that really hard. So I find that quite emotional and difficult to give love to people and forgive people who don't do that.
Sure.
I found that really hard.
No, it's totally understandable. I think the first step towards loving kindness is to actually try to project some love regardless of what those people. So one of the steps was send love to the people who you don't really like, or they hurt you, or you know, you have some sort of problem with them. And it's the same what you were saying about, you know, people who eat animals, or eat animals or whatever. Regardless of what those people are doing, we should still exercise compassion and love, even if it's hard. But you have already planted the seed, and that's what's really important, right? That even if, you know, I don't know, someone that you hate a lot, like for me, it's coming to my head, Donald Trump. I don't know why, but you know, I'm sorry, guys love Donald Trump. I'm so sorry, but you know, like if I think on my head, this guy, like all I can think is like he does my head in. You know, he's such a disgusting person. He treats women so badly. He does these crazy things that actually endanger people, like saying that he was gonna drink bleach or something like that, so that cures coronavirus. I don't know, whatever it is that he's saying. But I am also trying to practice loving kindness towards that person or other people like that, because it's very important that we kind of feel love even for the people that we hate the most, because otherwise you just go into this really catch-22 dynamic. Oh, I hate that person, but I hate him more because he's dying to his blah, blah, blah. And then you just like go into this spiral of hate, and what it does, it's harm to yourself. So I don't know if that's useful or helpful.
No, it is, yeah. And I think people that can do that are better people. I find that really hard.
Yeah, I know, and I totally understand. But as I said, loving kindness is, first we need to start with ourselves, for sure. And then, of course, extend it to the people who we don't really, maybe deep down inside, we don't want them to be happy or peaceful. But imagine if they were peaceful and happy, they would probably behave in a completely different way, right?
True.
So if they were feeling safe and they had, I don't know, they had contentment, because feeling happy is one thing and feeling content is something else. And you can be really, really happy one moment because you won the lottery, and then the following day you're super depressed because I don't know, someone stole all your money, and suddenly you have nothing. But being content is like maybe having fiber in your pocket and still being okay and still being happy and feeling, like, or I said about money, but I don't know, someone who's actually really ill, but they're still content. Or there's so many, when, for example, I went to Cambodia, and it's one of the countries that I've seen most, like poverty everywhere. But it's one of the countries in the world that I've seen people the most content. They didn't have anything. I'm gonna say this and it's gonna sound really horrible, but they probably lived on less than what I spent at that time in like cosmetic products, which is really, really sad. However, they were all smiling all the time and they were all happy and whatever because they're content, regardless. So contentment and happiness is something completely different, and we should always strive for contentment. And that's one of the things that meditation is going to help us get to. So I hope that helps. I think, there's so many different things that we could be exploring in this class. However, I'm going to send you a couple of PDF guides that I've pulled from the internet, which have a lot of content about meditation, what's meditation, blah, 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 different things that you can read in your own time, and then you can have maybe a stronger ideas or views of what different types of meditation or whatever. But I'll share that with you after this class tonight. Having said that, I wanted to say that it's Lynn's birthday today, and I just wanted to wish her very happy. Recall. Lynn is my mother-in-law. She's here in this class as well. So I wanted to say happy birthday.
Thank you. Gracias.
Happy birthday, Lynn.
Thank you. Gracias.
And that's what also creating a community through meditation is really important. So, because we're not alone. We might feel alone sometimes, especially through, coronavirus, but we're not alone. And, through meditation and through loving kindness and compassion, that really shows us that, there's people out there who loved us, and they're always going to be there regardless. We can't actually meet with them, or we have to have 2 meters of separation or something ridiculous or whatever. But yeah, you're not alone. So I wanted to finish the class with that. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.